right, good morning, everyone. As always, we'll start with our Pilates posture. That means feet are parallel. They can be touching or zipped up. Abdominals are zipped up. Tailbone is long. Fingers to your rib cage. Nice deep breath in through your nose. On the exhale, pull those ribs down. Relax the shoulders out of the ears. Elongate through the top back side of your head. Do that without popping those ribs up. We're going to step out to a nice wide stance. You're going to bring your right toes in front. You're going to bend your left knee and slide those right toes a little farther forward. Lift, lower, come up. We're doing that 3 more times. Forward, lift, lower, and up. Forward, lift, lower, and up. Forward, lift, lower, and up. Last time, lift, up, lift, lower, and up. To the side, slide your leg off to the side. Lift, lower, and up. Side, lift, lower, up. Make sure you're bending your left knee to get there. Slide it out, lift, lower, come up. Last one, slide, lift, lower, and up. Now that right leg is going to go to the back by bending the left knee. Stretch your right leg. Hold here for me. Make sure that left knee is bent. Those right leg toes are pointed. That right leg is straight. Lift, lower, slide up. Slide back. Lift, lower, and up. When you do this, keep those abs drawn in, keeping that low back strong. Last time, back, lift, lower, and up. And now we have the curtsy. So you're going to slide that right leg behind you, then that left knee, lift, lower a little bit, come up, slide around, lift it, lower it, come up. 2 more. Slide, lift, lower, and up. Last time, slide, lift, lower, and up. Okay. Going back to the beginning, here we go. Right leg forward, lift, lower, and up. Forward, lift, lower, up. 1 more. Forward, lift, lower, and up. To the side. Out, lift, lower, up. Out, lift, lower, up. 1 more. Out, lift, lower, and up. Behind, slide, lift, lower, up. Slide, lift, lower, up. 1 more. Slide, lift, lower, and up. Crossing behind you in a curtsy, slide, lift, lower, up, slide, lift, lower, up, slide, lift, lower, up, back to the front, slide, lift, lower, up, slide, lift, lower, up to the side, out, lift, lower, up, out, lift, lower, up to the back, slide, lift, lower, up, slide, lift, lower, up, and a curtsy, slide, lift, lower, up, slide, lift, lower, up, 1 each direction, forward, up, down, side, up, down, back, slide, lift, lower, curtsy, slide, lift, lower. All right, we have another leg. So weight on your right leg this time. Point those left toes, bend that right knee, slide forward, lift, lower, slide up. Forward, lift, lower, up. Make sure you're bending that right knee to get there. Lift, lower, up. Right knee bends, lift, lower, up. To the side. Out, lift, lower, up. Out, lift, lower, up. Out, lift, lower, up. 1 more. Out, lift, lower, and up. To the back. Slide, lift, lower, up. Slide, lift, lower, up. 1 more. And now we have that curtsy. Slide to the side, up, down, and up. Slide it behind you, lift, lower, up. Slide, lift, lower, up, and 1 more. Slide, lift, lower, and up. Back to the front, slide it forward, lift it, lower it, and up. Slide, lift, lower, up. Slide, lift, lower, up to the side. Out, up, down, slide, lift, lower, up. Slide, lift, lower, up, and to the back. Slide, lift, lower, up. Slide, lift, lower, up. 1 more. Slide, lift, lower, and up. Curtsy. Slide, lift, lower, up. Slide, lift, lower, up. Slide, lift, lower, up. To the front, 2. Slide, lift, lower, up. To the side, 2. To the back. And curtsy 2 times. And now we have one of each. Front, lift, lower, up. Side, lift, lower, up. Back, lift, lower, up. And curtsy, lift, lower, and up. Ah. Woo! I hope you guys felt that, both in your legs and just some awareness in your abdominals. So now facing your mat, wide stance again. Hands down on your thighs, tailbone is long, abs drawn in. Bend your knees so you can walk it out into that straight arm plank. Shift your weight over your shoulders over your wrists, abs in. Take your right knee to your left elbow, no movement in the hips. Good. Place that foot down, left elbow right, or no, left knee right elbow. And now right knee, left elbow 3. Good. Left knee, right elbow 3. 2 with the right to the left. 2 with the left to the right. And then one of each. And then, we get to come down. Hands and knees sit back on your heels. Wow, come on up. I hope you are warmed up because I certainly am. All right, so we're going to grab the backs of the legs, we'll roll back about halfway, pull our abs in and lift our heels off the ground. So a little extra challenge here. Send that left leg up and bring it down. Right leg up and bring it down. Just alternating here for now. Make sure you haven't caved in that back. You're lifting through the chest, but you're pulling in through the ribs. One more each leg. And now you're going to add on opposite arm. So left leg, right arm. Right leg, left arm. Good. Everything down for just a second. Roll your shoulders up out of your ears. Hinge back again. Lift those heels. Left arm, left leg this time. And down. Right arm, right leg. And everything relaxes. Preview for later, okay? Grab your hamstrings. Come on back, hinge, and then tuck and round the rest of the way down and hug those knees into your chest. Let's pivot those knees open, soles of the feet together. Slow double leg stretch, hands by your sides, deep breath in. Exhale, head, neck, and shoulders float off the ground. Inhale, point your toes. Exhale, flex through your heels, arms up overhead. Inhale, point your toes, lift yourself up, and exhale, roll back down again. Inhale, knees open. Exhale, float off the ground. Inhale, point your toes. Exhale, flex your heels, arms overhead. Inhale, point, lift, reach for those toes, and exhale down. Now, you don't have to go all the way up if you don't want to. Inhale, knees open. Exhale, float off the ground. Inhale, point your toes. Exhale, flex your heels, arms overhead. Inhale, point, lift, reach for those toes, and exhale, bring it down. Keep going for me, please. Knees open. Exhale, float. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, lift, and exhale, down. We have a few more. Knees open. We float off the ground. We point the toes. We flex the heels, arms overhead. We inhale, point, lift, reach for the toes. Exhale, down. One more with me. Open, lift, point, flex and reach. Inhale, point and lift. Exhale, down. I want you to try 2 more on your own, please. Good. It's 6 steps, if you're counting. Nice. You guys look great. And when you finish that second one, just hug those knees into your chest for a moment, please. I forgot to wish you a happy summer solstice, longest day of the year. I will follow up on that at the end of class. Okay. We're going to go back to soles of the feet together, but we're going to lift our feet up so that our shins are parallel with the ground. And we're going to make sure the knees aren't pulled in, they're pushed right over the hips here. Head, neck, and shoulders float off the ground. I want you to take your left leg and point it away from you, but don't lower it. So I still want it high. Lift your right arm as high as you can, get your shoulder off the ground. So right shoulder blade off the ground. Keep the right shoulder blade off the ground. Reach that right arm towards the right, but do not roll down onto it. Good. Back to center. Exhale, roll down, hug your knees in. Inhale, back to tabletop. Exhale, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Inhale, point the toes. Lift your left arm straight up until the shoulder blade's off the ground, and then rotate to the left without putting that shoulder blade down. Feet together. Exhale, pull it in. Here we go. Deep breath in. Legs go tabletop. Exhale, float off the ground. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Reach and stretch. Exhale, center. Reach and stretch right toes, left arm. Exhale, center. Here we go. Reach and center. And reach and center. Exhaling when you reach. Inhaling back to center. We go that opposite. Anyway, just keep breathing, please. But again, when you reach to one side, try and keep that same shoulder blade lifted. That'll be a lot of challenge in those obliques along the side of your torso. Last two. And relax, knees in. Give that a nice hug. Let those hips rock side to side. Keep those knees open, soles of the feet together, stack them tabletop. Pull your ribs flat, pull your abs in. Let's keep our thumbs on our rib cage for now, pinky fingers on your hips. Push your index fingers in to push that belly button down. Deep breath in. On the exhale, button your belly button to your spine. And on the inhale, let your heels move away from the body. And then exhale, come up nice and slowly. So this is our toe touch, only it's sort of a heel tap or a side of the heel tap as you keep your low back the same distance from the ground throughout this. But you in that V position with your feet. Nice job. If you wanted to, you don't have to keep the soles of the feet together. You could pivot those toes open for a Pilates V. But really the important part is what's going on in your abdominals. They are staying rock solid as the legs move forward and back. You have 4 more. Good. And hug those knees in. Feet down on the ground for me, please. Shoulders up out of your ears. Hands down by your sides. Find a neutral spine and lift those hips straight up in a bridge pose. I want you to lift your right toes, slide the right heel forward a couple inches, and then I want you to use some resistance, drag that heel back into place so you feel your hamstring working. Put the right toes down. Lift your left toes, slide that leg forward, and then drag it back. Okay, so we're going to create this by creating that drag. So you don't just like pretty your leg back. Right leg forward, heel drag. Left leg forward, heel drag. Right leg, heel drag. Left leg, heel drag. 2 more. Right leg, heel drag. Left leg, heel drag. Stay lifted. Right leg forward, drag. Go forward. Drag. Forward. Drag it. Forward. Drag it. Now, check on your hips. Make sure they're nice and even. Good. 2 more. And 1. Right leg stays in place. Left leg goes forward. Drag it back. Forward. Drag it back. When you go forward, put your toes back down. When you finish, you should have a shiny spot where your heel was. Where your heel dragged. 3, 2, and 1. Hips down and 1 leg into each hand, stretching out those hamstrings a bit. Good. Left foot on the ground. Right leg reaches straight up in the air. Reach up, grab as high as you can on that right leg. Point your toes, shoulders out of your ears, elbows wide. Bring your leg towards you, but then lift yourself towards that leg. Holding, getting a nice stretch here. Walk your left toes a little forward. Lift yourself up, 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 up halfway. And then exhale, flex through the heel, come down. Then the right knee, put it on the ground. Left toes point. Bring yourself up. Widen your elbows. Lift yourself up. Good. And then reach, reach, reach. Lift yourself, come back down, flex through the heel. And then bend that left knee and extend both legs up in the air. Turning this into our scissors, but still with that nice stretch. Reach up to the back of the right leg, elbows wide. Point those right toes, or for more stretch, flex through the heel and see how that pulls down your hamstring and your calf. Flex through the left heel also if you want. So either both toes pointed, both legs. You can try one of doing one and one the other. Pull that leg a little closer, lift up, pull and lift and switch. Shh, 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 shh. Almost there. Good. Bend those knees. Rock and roll side to side. And then soles of the feet together again. Bring your hands down, grab those ankles, roll your shoulders out of your ears, and we're going to start rolling like a ball, wide stance. Try not to use momentum, but using those abs to roll. And then I want you to start alternating, if you can, one leg straight and the other knee bent. So you have to take a little pause. And then once you've done that, come all the way up. Sit up nice and tall for me, please. Legs out in front of you. Flex through those heels. Pull your glutes out from under you so you sit very tall. Shoulders out of your ears, arms by your ears. And then try to keep your arms by your ears and hinge forward. So don't let your hands get ahead of you. Just hinge, hinge, hinge. Reach for the sky as you hinge, and then just bring your arms down to wherever they land. Bend your elbows and give yourself a little bit of a pull closer. And then we'll sit up nice and tall. We're going to bend our knees and face front. We're going to crisscross the ankles so the top leg's on front, in front of the bottom one. You're on your elbow. Push this shoulder back to protect it. Pull up on those lats and give me a lot of space between the ear and shoulder. So we're going to do a little combination of a side bend and a thread the needle here. So we're going to lift up our hips. We're going to straighten our legs without moving your feet, right? So now you're in that rotated or that open position. Now you're going to rotate and then come back to center. Bend your knees as if you're curtsying. Don't drop your hips to the ground. Straighten your legs without moving your feet and rotate. Center, curtsy, up, rotate, and back. Curtsy, up, rotate, back, curtsy, up, rotate, back, curtsy, up, rotate, and back. One more, curtsy, up, rotate, and back. And we are switching over to the other side, please. So you're on your elbow. Your knees are slightly bent with your top ankle over the bottom ankle. We push the shoulder back. We lift up. We engage those lats, and we give lots of space between the ear and the shoulder. We're going to come up, not by moving those feet, but by straightening those legs so your hip comes up into an arch. And then you're going to rotate and come back to center. Curtsy, lift, rotate, and center. curtsy, lift, rotate, center. One more time, curtsy, lift, rotate, center, curtsy, lift, rotate, center, and down. We're going to stay on that side. We're going to lie all the way down, arm resting right underneath your ear, knees are bent, abs are in, stack your hips, lift your waistline. Take your top knee, tap it in front, toes tap behind. So quick little motion, working those rotators and those glutes, outer hip muscles, booty muscles. And you want to make this really nice and sharp. It looks like you guys are. And hopefully you will start feeling that back here soon. And relax, straighten out that top leg, lift it up to hip height, bring it in front of you, give it 2 little kicks, point the toe, reach, see what's happening in your waist, make sure it stays lifted. So we kick, and reach. Inhale, flex, kick, exhale, extend, kick, and reach, kick, and reach. 2 more, kick, and reach. Last time, kick, reach, keep that leg up, bottom leg meets it, they're both off the ground. Press yourself up off that bottom elbow. So I'm on my palm and my hip, and that's it. Arm up overhead. Bring yourself as much parallel to the ground as you can without lying down. Get the ribs off the ground, lift them up, hand and hip, and that's it, and relax. We need to do that on the other side, please. So we start lying down. Knees are stacked, hips are stacked. Arm is right underneath your ear. Waistline is lifted, abs drawn in, knee down in front and toe behind. We've got a knee and a toe. Nice little rotations through the hip. Waistline is lifted. Good job, y'all. Short and sharp, but not quick. Very deliberate, so you feel those muscles. Couple more here. Nice. Now lift that top leg, extend it, flex through the heel, check your waistline that it stays lifted. Kick, and exhale, reach. Inhale, kick, exhale, reach. Try and keep the foot at hip height throughout the range. Keep that waistline off the ground. Good. Two more. Kick, and reach. Last time. Kick, reach. Leave that leg at hip height. Bottom leg joins it. We lift up. We get that elbow off the ground. Point the toes. Bring your waistline in. Bring that top arm up and over. Hover above the ground as close to parallel as you can. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way over onto your abdominals, please. All right. Let's format the lower body by bringing the big toes to touch. Your toenails are on the ground. We're not tucked, we're extended. And then bring your heels together, and that should squeeze your inner thighs and your glutes. Now open the heels and then touch them. And open and touch. One more, open, touch, keep them squeezed together. Extend your arms out in front of you. Pull your belly button in and lift your head, neck, and shoulders a tiny bit. Lift your left arm and your right leg, and when you come down, make sure your heels still are together. Right arm, left leg, slide into place, tap your heels. Left arm right, heels together, right arm left, heels together. Left and right, toes and heels together. Right and left. One more each way. Left arm, right leg. When you come down, big toes and heels touch. And then right arm, left leg. Take a break. Deep breath in. Toes together, heels together. Lift yourself up. Bring your right arm up, your left arm up, your right leg and your left leg. Can you get your thighs off the ground? From there, lift the right arm a little higher along with the left leg, left arm a little higher along with the right. Alternating, slow motion here. Never letting the hands or the toes touch the ground. So you're hovering. When you come back, nothing, when you come back to center, nothing is touching the ground except for your torso. Good, and relax. That should have been pretty strong for that low back. Take a moment, you can bend your knees if you want and rock side to side. All right, so now we're just gonna fly Superman here, since that's kind of what we were doing sideways a minute ago. So arms out front, legs extended, heels together, toes together. I want you to bend your knees a little bit to lift the heels up, then straighten your legs to lift the thighs off the ground. Reach your right arm up, lift your left arm up, hold, here we go. Keep going. It's a bird. I'm gonna have to get to myself. It's a plane. It's super person. Bring it down. All right. So once again, you can either windshield wiper your hips, you can bend your knees, or you can press back resting position. Totally up to you. And then whether you are on your abdominals or you're resting back, just prop yourself up on your elbows for me, please. Bring those big toes to touch again. Roll your shoulders out of your ears. Press those shoulders back. Lift your collarbone away. Lift your chest up. Lift your ribs up. Pull those abs in. From there, you're going to tuck your toes and lift your knees 1/4 inch off the ground. Knees are bent. Knees are bent, just hovering. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then straighten those legs out. Or if that plank doesn't work for you, you're in front of the thigh plank. And I'm counting now. Back of the neck is long, shoulders are broad, abs are in, ribs are pulled in. Press through those heels, lift those kneecaps, tuck that belly button in, tuck your booty under, hands are apart, feet are together. Bring your heels as close together as your legs will allow. We're about halfway, a little bit more. And relax. Ooh. Roll all the way over onto your spine and hug your knees into your chest for a nice low back stretch. And then put your right foot on the ground, hug that left knee in even closer as you extend that right leg. And switch it up. Left leg goes out, right knee comes in, please. Bend that left knee and bring your hands behind your right hamstring. Point your right toes. Maybe your hands can go up higher. Lift yourself up and keep lifting and lifting and lifting, and then stay up. So we were here sort of at the beginning of class. Use your left hand to hold onto that right leg. Bring your right arm up, and you're going to rotate and lift towards the right as you lift that left, use that left hand to lift the right leg so you don't have to slouch. You can lift and reach. Good. In that right knee, bring it down, roll back down. Deep breath in, left leg up in the air, reach for your hamstring or your calf, Walk your right foot a little bit forward and roll yourself up a vertebra at a time. Right hand to left ankle, bring it close. Lift that left arm up and give me a little rotation to the left. And then inhale back to center, left foot down, roll back down. Both knees back, legs extended, deep breath in. All right, now I don't want this chaos here. You're not gonna go, woohoo, right? You're gonna bend your knees a little bit. Actually, either one, bent or straight, you decide. You're gonna lift yourself up. You're gonna walk your hands up to your ankles, roll your shoulders out of your ears. Beautiful. Bend your knees, feet on the ground, roll back down. Legs up, lift up, hold your ankles, bend your knees, feet on the ground, roll down. Deep breath in. Exhale, legs go up, arms are still helping. Lift yourself up, extend. One little add-on here, arms up, bend your knees, put them on the ground, roll back down, deep breath in, legs up, bring yourself up, arms up, bend your knees, roll down. Okay, adding on again. Legs up, can you come up this time without holding your legs? So use your muscles, lift up, arms overhead, you get to put your feet down, roll back down again, deep breath in, legs extend, lift yourself up, bring your arms up, bend your knees, and put them flat on the ground. So these are steps. If that step didn't work for you, go back to earlier steps, okay? But adding on, legs straight. Deep breath in. Exhale, arms and legs at the same time, create a V, come up, extend, whoops, and then everything comes down, straight line. Deep breath in. Here we go. Exhale, everything up, hold at the top, and down. Deep breath in. Exhale to lift, inhale, hold at the top, exhale down, inhale at the bottom. Exhale, lift it up, inhale, hold at the top, and exhale, bring it down. If you need to do a different version, keep going. You have 2 more of these. If you need to do a bent knee version or anything else, that's fine. We're going to stay at the top and bend the knees. We're going to sit that booty back. We're going to extend the legs again. But this time we're going to hinge forward and then we're going to round the back and let everything hang. And then we should be able to reach a little farther for our feet or wherever. Give our feet a little massage and let the upper back just hang. And then slide your hands back. Untuck your spine. Curl up. A vertebra at a time, sit tall through your spine. And then bend those knees again for me, please. Shoulders out of your ears. Hands in front. Exhale, hinge back. So the teaser's done. That's the good news. Back arm is going to lift by your ear. Front arm is going to rotate you, and you're going to go an inch farther, an inch farther, an inch farther, and reach. Try not to be rounded because then you'll be really grinding those vertebrae. And 4, squeeze your knees together, and 3, and 2, and 1, back to center, sit tall. Deep breath in. Exhale, belly button in, arm by your ear, hinge it back, and we twist away, and twist away, an inch at a time. Look at your knees, make sure they're still centered, and reach, and reach, and reach. And back to center. Sit up nice and tall. Shoulders out of your ears. First position again, arm up. Hinge back, pull your ribs in, and twist. And twist. 2 more. And back through center. Sit tall. arm and arm, hinge, rotate and reach, and reach, and reach, and back up, tuck and curl all the way down, knees into your chest, take a little quick break, let your knees rock side to side. All right, both legs straight up in the air. Pull your abs in. Think about that toe touch exercise we did earlier when we did it in the V. That's the idea here, only we're gonna pivot our knees open or from our hips. Our heels come together, our toes are apart, Pilates V. Fingers to the sky, and then I want you to open them and press your shoulder blades down. Take your right leg, start lowering it down towards the ground and to the right, but only to the place where you can keep your abs flat and bring it back up. Left leg, same thing. So you inhale to lower and you exhale to lift back up. Point to lower and exhale, flex back up. Every time you come back to center, your heels meet. So your legs are going down, but also out on a slight diagonal, giving a little extra challenge to those muscles. Couple more here. And then we're back at center. All right. Both legs up in the air, arms out into a T position this time. Palms are gonna go down. Legs are gonna go left, come up towards your head and over to your right and back to center. Inhale, bring your legs to the right, up and over your head. Exhale, finish your circle. So we're gonna do that a few times just like this. Make sure you're reversing your circle every time. And then we're gonna make it more challenging if you want. When your legs go to the left, your right hip lifts up, over, and back to center. When your knees go to the right, your left hip lifts up. And then if you want, bend your elbows, point your fingers to the sky, and get a little more aggressive, a little bit bigger. Maybe your hips might even lift up off the ground. Good, keep that going, please. So it's our corkscrew, and then come back through center. Feet are gonna go back down on the ground, and then we're gonna do a bridge, with kind of that same idea of everything we've been doing, creating width so that we create more challenge. So feet are together for now, big toes are touching, knees are touching, heels are underneath your knees. We're gonna lift those hips up, we're gonna bring those arms straight up in the air. We're gonna bring the right knee into the chest and extend it up in the air, but then we're gonna move it over to the right and at hip height. And we're gonna tap in and open and in and open. Try to keep equal weight in both shoulders. Try to keep the left knee pointing straight up, not wobbling to the side. That's your challenge. And then right knee in, put it down beside the left one and come down. Deep breath in, flatten those ribs, lift up, fingers to the sky, left knee in, extend it up, lower it to the right leg, open and close. And again, try to keep equal weight in both shoulders the whole time. Try and keep that right knee stable so it's not moving side to side even as the left leg opens and closes. Left knee in and bring it down. Slide both legs long, arms up overhead. Ooh, passive stretch here. Let those ribs open, let that low back lift. And then reach that right knee in towards you and bring it in towards your chest and let it open a little bit to the right. I want you to flex your right toes back towards your face and grab your big toe. So you're pulling that big toe back, and then you get to play with, could you lift that right knee towards your right armpit and flex through the heel and keep that right knee bent into the left side. If you want to, or bent into the right, you want bend your left knee and let it counteract by opening over to the left. Straighten out that right leg over to the right. If you can no longer hold your toes, hold at the ankle, and then give me a point and flex. If you're holding your toes, keep flexing through that heel. And then we're going to bend that knee again, but this time we're going to straighten out that left leg. We're going to bring the right arm to the right and let that left knee cross, but we're not going into a twist yet. Kind of keep that right hip close to the ground, and then rotate into that twist. Nice opening across that right chest, through that right side of your body. And while you're there, I want you to tuck your left knee under it. So you're crisscross at the knees, so that when you push your left elbow into the ground, come back through center, you have that closed up position, and we're going to grab that left shin and take a deeper stretch for that right hip. You should really feel this. And then we're going to put the left foot on the ground, uncross the right leg, straighten it, and do the same with the left. Now, if you're like me, that right leg feels longer and closer to the ground. So left knee comes in. We're going to bring it way over into that left armpit. And again, to counteract, we're going to bend the right knee and let it open to the right. We're going to grab those left toes with the left hand and pull back on those toes. Maybe we can push that heel towards the sky and get a really nice, beautiful, deep hamstring stretch here. Maybe we can extend that leg straight and still hold the toes. And then again, pushing and pulling, but if not, then you let go and hold on to your ankle. Then as we come back through center, we're going to bend that knee and we're going to straighten out the right leg. We're going to bring that left leg part of the way across to feel that deep stretch in the outside of the hip. And then we'll go into that full twist. And then while we're over there, we're going to tuck the right knee under it. And that'll actually give you a little extra stretch as the weight of that right leg comes up against the left. Use your right elbow, push back into the ground to bring those knees back through center. And now we're going to reach for that right shin. And that, again, should give you a deeper stretch on that left hip. If you want to rock a little bit to your right, that will deepen it even more. Good. And then right foot on the ground, uncross, and stretch your legs long. Arms up overhead one more time. Feel that length through your body. Nod your head yes to lengthen out the back of the neck. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands behind your head. Point your elbows to the sky. And you're just going to lift your head up using just your hands, no neck muscles. Just a little stretch there. And then bring your elbows wide, and you want to feel the reverse. You want to feel an opening through your chest. Back of the neck is long. We're going to bend both knees. We're going to roll to one side and come up onto our hands and knees for cat-cow. So please feel free to unmute yourselves. Ow, oh, ow. Your hands right underneath your hips. Cat-cow, not ooh, ow.
Yeah.
It might be ow. All right, shoulders
I'm
out.
an old pal.
We're going to press into our cat. So pull your abs in around that low back, mid back, upper back. Inhale, open up into your cow. And exhale, cat. And exhale, cat. One more time. And inhale, cat. Press the toes into the ground from that cow position. Lift your booty up. Press one heel down at a time for a nice down dog stretch here through your Achilles. Wide stance. Drop your head over, nod yes, and shake no. Bend your knees. Bring yourself to a beautiful parallel position, shoulders out of your ears. Big deep breath in. Come on up. Thank you guys very much. I do have more trivia and such, so feel free to join me if you can.
Come on, Tommy.